Hi there, I'm Rashonda. I'm the creator of this YouTube channel, as well as the artbyro.com website, where you can find over 250 art and drawing tutorials. In today's lesson, I'm going to be showing you how I draw these cute little fun, whimsical doodle birds. We're going to use some watercolors, we're going to use some paint pens, we're going to use some markers, and it's going to be a good time. So join me over in the art studio and let's get started on this drawing. In this tutorial, I'm going to be making some watercolor doodle birds, as I call them. I'll be working on artist trading cards. I'm using these Prima Tropicals watercolor paints. You can use whatever you want. This is just a small set, but it's got nice vibrant colors. I really enjoy the colors that come with this set. And what I'm going to be doing to start is just adding some color right to this card. So I'm going to start with some blue. And I'm just going to make a big oval circular type of shape. I don't have to be real specific because these are kind of a doodle sort of a feel to them. And you can kind of play around with these colors if you want, and the shape. Maybe you want to add a little bit of a darker color in there. You could add a completely different color if you wanted. Like you could add some green to the blue, whatever you're feeling. Doesn't really matter. There's a lot of freedom here to try some different things. I'm just adding in a shape there. So that's going to be one, and then we need to let this dry. And then I'll do a different color. I'll do kind of an orangish color this time. And I'll go more this way. And I want them to be cute, little fluffy, kind of chubby birds. You can make some little bit of texture on the outside if you want. You can smooth out the color. You could make the colors uneven with a lot of light and dark areas in it. It's totally up to you. And this is going to be the main body of the bird. So whatever size you think you want it to be, you want to think about that a little bit. So there's another one, and I'll usually make a few of these just so I have some to choose from. Maybe I'll make this one kind of a teardrop shape. And I do like to fill up most of the artist trading card when I do this, so that it fills the card up. I don't want a little teeny tiny drawing in the middle of my paper. And of course, you don't have to use artist trading cards. I prefer to do my work on them because they're a little bit smaller. It saves me some time, and I just stick them in a portfolio and a binder. And then if I feel like making some trades at some point, then I just pick some cards out and make that trade. But of course you could do this on any size paper. You can play around with the shape a little bit. I don't like to be too specific with what I'm doing on these. I like it to be kind of a free, loose type of a drawing. So that's it for the watercolor part of it. At least for the body, we could add a little background color if we want when it's done. But for now, we're just going to let these dry, and I'll be back when they're ready. The watercolor's all dry now, so I can start doing my doodle bird part of this. I'm going to start with the shape of the bird, the outside edge, and you do not have to follow exactly the shape. You can have some areas that are just the white paper. That's fine, that doesn't matter. We're just using this shape of the watercolor splotch as a rough guide to make the bird. And then we can do some eyes. We want this to be not anything realistic. We want it to be more of a doodle. So have some fun with it. Put some little designs and patterns in here. You can make some thicker outlines on stuff. Just do whatever you think would be fun, would make it look kind of cute, a little wonky, a little whimsical. Because after all, this is a doodle bird, so we want it to be more fun than realistic for sure. Then we can put some wings on here. And again, we're not trying to make it look like a actual realistic bird. We're just having some fun, playing around a little bit. And then we'll do the same thing over here. So think about how you could do some patterns, some little designs. We could put just a few dots around as a little bit of a pattern. We could do bigger dots. Just kind of making some marks, filling in the areas a little bit with some designs. Have his feet come down, maybe one kind of kick him back a little bit. Looks like he's walking. Put a little indication of the ground underneath him. And you can keep playing around with this. You can keep adding stuff. My goal is always that anyone watching my tutorials will change it up a little bit and make it their own. I don't necessarily want you to follow exactly everything that I do the way I do it. I want you to have fun with your artwork. Put your own little flair on it and make it all yours. So now the next thing I want to do is I have this paint pen, and I'm just going to add a little pink over top of this. And you could probably do this with colored pencils. Markers may work, depending on how dark your paint is and what kind of markers they are. And then I also have this white gel pen. This is the wrong one. We can try this one. Let's see how this one works. Let's see if we can get, there it goes. Sometimes the gel pens, you have to get them to kind of flow a little bit. We could add some white in here. Again, keeping it very doodly, kind of sketchy, nothing super detailed. Maybe we'll put a few more little white dots on there. And that is it for the doodle part of it. And then I will probably go in and add a little more paint to the background, let that dry, and then this card will be considered finished. I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully you feel inspired to make some of your own artwork. And I will see you next time. Happy creating! That is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and hopefully you feel inspired to create some of your own artwork and especially some watercolor doodle birds. Before you go, if you did enjoy the video, please give us a like and don't forget to subscribe if you want to get notified of future videos. Also, check out that description box. There's some good information in there for you and I will see you in the next video. Bye!